Hello, everybody. Welcome to Towns of Nine, or welcome back if you're a lovely viewer. First off, Happy New Year. Welcome to Towns of Nine 2024 edition. Um, I figured since I'm going to be going back to doing videos now, because last week I did say well, those were the last videos of the year. The Kinks video specifically was the last video I did last year. Um, this is a video series that Jason the Old Millennial. I'm gonna give him a shout out right now. Uh, he had it on his channel. He basically does a video per day. Not per day. But I don't know what I'm saying. He does a video. He does a video per album per list. So well, it first started like a couple of albums of the video, like 100 to like 96 or something like that. And I'm going to be doing 100, 99, 98, 98, 97, 96. I'm going to be counting down all the way until it gets to the number one. So it's going to be a big series I'm going to be doing. May or may not do a video. I may or may not do two videos per day. Not per day, but I might do two videos like in one. Not like the video, like talking about two albums. Like I might do one album. Then after I'm done recording that, do the next video. I don't know yet. My goal is to get this project done by the end of the year. I'm trying to get my hair. I don't want my hair to be messed up. Yeah, I got my New York Jets jersey for Christmas. Nice stuff. So I'll be wearing this a little bit more often. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be it for the intro. Just bringing that in attention. Now for the 50 honorable mentions. This is gonna be the meat of the video, really. Basically, these are albums that just weren't on my list. Uh, so like my top 100 albums, I probably like have them as like 10. To me, my top 100 albums are 10 out of 10 albums. These 50 honorable mentions, I give like a 9.75 out of 10. Like they're really good, but they're just I prefer other albums. Like I prefer 100 other albums, but I mean, it doesn't mean. I mean, just because it's not on the list doesn't mean I don't like it. It's trust me, I enjoy quite a bit of these albums, so don't feel attacked if an album that you really like isn't on my list. Uh, yeah, so like after I mention these, once this video is done and I give all my honorable mentions, my list is gonna be set in stone. I'm not gonna change it at all. My list is basically gonna be my list. I can't really. That's what I'm gonna make it. I try listening to these albums, the honorable mentions, a lot of times to see if they might hop on the list, but as of now, these 50 honorable mentions are going to stay as honorable mentions, and my top 100 is going to stay as my top 100. So don't expect my honorable if you really are hoping that I'm going to change my mind of the honorable mentions ending up on my list. Sorry to inform you guys, it's not going to happen. Also, if they did, it would be very low on the list. So there's that. Uh, this is like in no particular order. Like this isn't like worst to best. It's just 50 honorable mentions. I'm the Sky by Alan Parsons Project. Really good album. My second favorite Alan Parsons Project album. Really good stuff. Just I don't know. It's just these Alan Parsons Project albums. They're good, but they're really good. They're like I give them like a 9.75 out of 10. I don't know. I don't love them enough to put them on my top 100. Like there's songs I really enjoy. Like I love the title track and I love Sirius and uh I just really good stuff. It's just I don't know, just I'm not as into. It's good, really good. 9.75. It's a 9.75. That means it's really good. But hello, Jason. uh, yep. Um, if you are able to join, good. If you like to join, Jason, you could join. Uh, if not, I could talk to you through the chat. But if you could join, that'd be great. Uh, I Robot by Alan Parsons Project. That's my favorite album by Alan Parsons. Yeah, it's my even though it's my favorite, I still think it's a little slower of an album. I don't know. It's just I love Alan Parsons a lot. Like I respect their albums a lot. It's just I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. Um, two albums by the Who. It's hard. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I forgot you have work today. Oh good. Um, thanks for dropping by though. Face Dances by the Who. This is their '80s album. To add Face Dances in the mix, just I don't know, not quite the level of quality that the Who records were before then. I will say all the 8 albums with Keith Moon, they're all on my list somehow. Yeah. Same with It's Hard. Good album, just not like the best. Hey Jordan, Happy New Year, indeed. Thanks for dropping by. Next album is next bunch of albums is by Black Sabbath. First one being Heaven and Hell. Uh, really good album. I'll give my more in depth thoughts on that album when me and Briar go into it. Black Sabbath debut, good stuff. I don't want to sound like a broken record. The only reason why it's a 9 point, like I said, 9.75. Good stuff. Master of Reality, really great album. Really good stuff. These next bunch of albums is by the Kinks. Again, I'll give my more in-depth thoughts on these when me and Jason review these albums. State of Confusion, Give the People What They Want, Low Budget, Misfits, and Sleepwalker. These are like the Kinks' biggest albums in the States. It's like their revival era in the 70s/80s. I quite like those albums. I just prefer other albums, you know. And for an honorable mention from the 60s, I'm going to say the King Controversy. If it wasn't for Milk Cow Blues, it would definitely be on my top 100. It's just that one song is the main reason why it isn't there. Me and Jason reviewed the King Controversy. So if you want to see my more depth thoughts on King Controversy, check that video out. Penguin. There's also I got a handful of Fleetwood Mac albums. Penguin from the Bob Welch era. Mystery to Me from the Bob Welch era. Mirage from the Lindsey Buckingham era. Bare Trees from the Bob Welch era. I love the Bob Welch era. It sucks that these albums aren't on the list. It is what it is, though. And Rumors. Rumors just happen. I really enjoy Rumors. Don't get me wrong. I mean, just recently I bought a T-shirt of the Fleetwood Mac album cover. So I like Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. Don't get me wrong. I love the album. It's just the albums the albums that are on my list I just like slightly better. No bad songs on the album. Let It Bleed. Oh yeah, these next handful, it's from the Rolling Stones. Let It Bleed. Flowers, the U.S. compilation. Tattoo You, the very first Rolling Stones album I ever heard because my dad has a copy of that. Out of Our Heads, the US version, 12 by 5. Some Girls, Love Some Girls. And that's my, yeah, that's those. I have two Queen honorable mentions. I have Innuendo and A Night at the Opera. There's quite a bit of Queen in my top 100, so yeah. Uh, I only have one Cream on my honorable mentions. Disraeli Gears, great album. Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys is on there. On my honorables. These next two albums is Zeppelin, Zeppelin One and In Through the Outdoor, great albums. All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. Uh, Mr. Tambourine Man and Sweetheart of the Rodeo by the Byrds. Yeah, like I said, I want to go more in depth on why these are on my list, but I feel like I'd be a broken record if I did. Holly Sing Dylan, Holly Sing Hollies, Distant Light. Three great Hollies albums that sadly didn't go on my list. There are three amazing Hollies albums that are on my list. I'll say right now, First and Because, Evolution, and Butterfly, those three albums are on my list. Those have to be on the list for my list. It has to be on my list. Like I said, everyone has different taste. Distant Light, Briar, what's up? Happy New Year. New Year, new me. Like I haven't heard that one a million times. Yeah, right. I'm just going over my. I did my introduction to the 100 best albums and did 50 honorable mentions. Still on my honorable mentions. We'll get towards the end of it. Band on the Run by Paul McCartney and Wings. Visible Touch by Genesis. Abacab by Genesis, Duke by Genesis, and Selling England by The Pound by Genesis. There's quite a bit of, not a lot, but there is Genesis on my list. I'm proud to say Foxtrot is in my top 10 albums of all time. So, yeah, I know Scott's gonna be a little upset, not mad, but he's gonna be a little upset that none of the like 80s Phil Collins albums are in my top 100. Like, I do have Trick of the Tail on my list, which I'm happy to say that's on my list, but I know he's more into the Phil Collins poppy era of the band, which I don't blame him. It's good. I like it. Like I've said this a million times. I like both eras of the band. I just happen to like the Peter Gabriel stuff just a little better, just a teensy bit better, just slightly, just very very slightly better. The last handful of albums is the Beatles. Sorry, Jason. I know. Quite a bit of these albums are in your top 10, and I'm glad they're in your top 10 because you know I would I would hate if the whole world had my top 10 because very little. I like variety, so I'm glad your top 10 has Beatle albums, and I'm sure Briar's top 10 has a couple of Queen albums in there. So I'm glad there's some variety in everyone's top 10. Well, just in top 100 in general. Uh, Let It Be, by the Beatles. I guess I already just mentioned the Beatles. The White Album, Hard Day's Night. I know this list will hurt Scott and me. I'm sorry. I truly mean this. Yeah, the White Album. Yeah, like I said, these albums are 9.75s out of 10. Even the albums that I said has like the White Album, even though it has tons of filler on it. Songs like Dear Prudence and While My Guitar Gently Weeps and Blackbird and Happiness is a Warm Gun. I'd say those songs make the White Album a 9.75 out of 10, even though there's songs like got Revolution 9, Wild Honey Pie. Like, there's a lot of duds on the White Album, but the ups are it's way up. Hardest Night, like I said. I'm still working on my top 100. Yeah. Please Please Me, Sergeant Pepper's, Revolver, the Help album, Abbey Road, and Rubber Soul. Rubber Soul, I really wanted it to be in my top 100. I was, misclick that. I really wanted Rubber Soul to be in my top 100. I really did, but I don't know. What Goes On really dragged it to just being an honorable mention. I'm deeply sorry. Even then, Rubber Soul would just be like either be dead last or just lower than that. It would just be low, and I don't. Yeah, it would be so low. Like it'd be like, what's the point of even having it on your list if it just be this low? You know. But yeah, that's my 50 honorable mentions. I guess since you guys are watching, I could make it a general. I guess I could just yeah. But yeah, that that was pretty was a hard list to make. Uh I will say got a lot of the 60s in my top 10 and not top 10, top 100. I got the 70s and I got a little bit of the 80s. So I got 2 albums from 1965. I tried counting all of the albums, but for some reason I couldn't count it all the way. But this is the amount I could count. I was able to count right now. 2 from 1965, 9 from 66, 67 had 13 albums, 68 had 10 albums, 69 had 13 albums, 1970 had 5 albums. Did American Dream make it? Oh, you don't want to know. It may or may not be my top 5, It's such a good album. I love the way I just love the way it sounds, Oh man. Don't worry, Jason. I would not say American Dream is better than the Beatles. Trust me. Oh man, I would not trust me, I'm delusional, but not that delusional. What about Mardi Gras? Oh my god. Saying Mardi Gras is good is like saying the New York Jets are good. That's funny. I'm openly bashing my team. But yeah. Yeah, you heard it me. You heard it from me. None of the Beatle albums are my top 100 coming from a New York Jet fan. So take that with a grain of salt. Well, if I had more views, people would be like, of course, it's coming from a Jet fan. Of course, it's coming from. Yeah, it says the one who likes the Jets. But I also have Summer in Paradise in my top 100, of course. The greatest Beach Boy album of all time. I love Summer in Paradise. That's the best album of all time, really. Of course, I'm joking. What else? I love the Zombies debut album much more than Odyssey and Oracle, of course. That's totally not me lying and joking around. I love the debut album. I totally love that there's a ton of covers on the album. I think the covers are better than the originals. Oh yeah, Briar, good news. Good news, Briar. Good news. Good news, you have Aaron Rodgers. Bad news, he's only going to play 3 games. I know. Oh, I know. Well, the 3 plays. I know, Jason. I know. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I have the Aaron Rodgers jersey, but like, I feel like if he doesn't get injured next year, I feel like we'll have it next year. Oh my god! First 14 seconds of the game. It's like, oh my god, that's just hilarious. Oh man. At least your Chiefs are doing better. At least Kansas City's doing better than New York. Uh, yeah, I don't want even though my team's struggling, I don't like to see other teams struggle because I know the feeling and I don't want anyone else experiencing that. But yeah, good news, Briar. Though this is now my top 100 XL on Main Street. I know, pretty good news. Probably like, yeah, he really likes the album. Oh man. Yeah, I went from thinking Next on Main Street is an awful album to being this is one of the best albums of all time. But yeah, that's funny though. Good news, you have Aaron Rodgers. Bad news, he's only going to play 3 plays. Man, it's on top Scott's top 100. I bet. Oh yeah, Scott does not like that album. It's nice to see some Exile love. Oh yeah, it's nice. Well, it's nice to see it's nice to see Exile love in our group of friends because I know lots of Rolling Stone fans that would have Exile as their best album. I still think Aftermath is their best album, and I still think Beggars is a better album, but Exile has grown on me a lot over the past couple of months, even the past couple of years, really. But yeah, uh, I if I had to guess what was in Scott's top 100, I'd probably guess pulling this back up. If I had to guess what was in Scott's top 100, I'd probably guess Aftermath Between the Buttons and Aftermath will probably be on his list if he does put a Rolling Stones album on there. That's my guess. Um, I'm guessing from the way you talked about the Rolling Stones, Jason, you would not have any of their albums in your top 100. That's just a guess of mine, but I could be wrong. If you did an updated list, if you ever did an updated list in the future, I would assume that the Rolling Stones would not appear in any of them. I don't think I would say this, but the Rolling Stones had the best album this year. I agree. That album was fantastic. I agree. Peter Gabriel album was good, but man, that was a great album. Angry. Hackney Diamonds, great album. It's my channel, but gonna put a plug in. Me and Briar from Briar's Music Showcase, we reviewed Hackney Diamonds on my channel, so stay tuned for that. Hackney Diamonds will have a chance. Is that your favorite Rolling Stones album? That's cool. Oh wow. I thought, yeah, I think I remember Beggar's Banquet being your favorite, but that's cool. Hackney Diamonds being your favorite. Speaking of which, I'll pull it out right now then. Hackney Diamonds. There it is. Hackney Diamonds. That Rolling Stones album made my top 50 CD finds for 2023. Yeah. I saw that, Briar. Billy Nichols, top 50. And Village Green, those and then the Birds. So glad to see those on your list, especially Billy Nichols. I was not expecting that to be on your list, and I was not expecting it to be that high, to be honest. But congrats on that. Yeah. Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh wow, Billy Nichols, 29. or at least that I remember. That's what I remember it being. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that was a nice video to watch. And I saw the 10 worst. The one of them was Bird Maniacs. It was like towards the top of the list. That was funny. And of course, American Dream had to be on there. Oh man, I need to keep record of the. I need to keep like I need to keep track of the records I get through it, like through the year, so I could do what you did. This list was nominated by Version, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it had Younger Than Yesterday. I think Mr. Tim. Mr. Tim. I know. I know. I'm surprised. Well, I know it's interchangeable for me, but I was surprised to see that Notorious Bird Brothers was your favorite Birds album now. That's cool though. Love that album though. Definitely, I agree with what you said. I agree with what you say though. It's definitely their most consistent album. It's their most cohesive album. As much as I love Younger Than Yesterday, it's somewhat cohesive, but it's not as cohesive. I prefer Younger Than Yesterday, but yeah. Um, let me. I know the Who is like has like the most albums in my top 100, but I'm gonna check to see how much has the second most. Oh, pardon me. The Kinks. The Kinks has the second most on my list. Somewhere Paradise and Somewhere in Briar's top 100. Oh man. I mean it's a great album. It's a great album. Said no one ever. And maybe some Kanye West. He's so people try. I as much as I don't like Taylor Swift, as much as I don't like Taylor Swift, I much prefer Kanye. Not Kanye. I much prefer Taylor Swift over Kanye. Kanye West is way worse than Taylor Swift, if you could believe that. uh, oh no, Briar showed his mouth shut. He's not gonna say. He's not gonna say a bit. Yeah. Yeah, Kanye West is awful. I really don't like Kanye West. Kanye West is one of the worst artists I've ever heard. Yeah. Speaking of top 10, me, Scott, and Jason, we're gonna be doing top 10 artists, favorite artists. We're gonna be going one at a time. So like, you know what? I'm gonna put a wheel right now. Brian, I have a question for you. Do you want to join us on the top 10 artists list? In the future, like at all? Just want to know now if you want to join. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put the names down right now for me. Me, Scott, Jason. Oh, it's both. It's both, Jason. So solo artists, bands, duos. See that? Okay, that's fair. But yeah, solo artists, bands, duos. So like you could do Simon and Garfunkel. You could like, yeah, it doesn't matter. So I made a wheel, Jason, and me, Scott, and you. I'm gonna spin the wheel, and whoever lands on it first gets to go first, and then whichever one lands on it second goes second. You get the idea. So this is just to show you guys this is not rigged. Just Jason, you go first. So you're gonna go first on the list. So like it'll be Jason goes first. Hide the slice. Who goes second? Okay, Scott goes next. So basically, Jason goes first, does his number 10. Then Scott goes next, does his number 10. Then I go next with my number 10, and we'll basically alternate from there, going over our favorite artist. I thought that would be a cool idea because, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, looking forward to Fleetwood Mac series. Definitely want to do that. Uh, I know Briar's excited to do that. He has his notes ready. And I know Scott's looking forward to talking about that as well. But yeah, Fleetwood Mac was a great band to like kind of, well, obviously I knew who Fleetwood Mac was for the longest time, and anyone who knows music knows Fleetwood Mac. But just discovering a lot of these albums I never heard of before just was amazing. I was really happy to discover these albums. It was cool. I think we know who our ones are. It will be interesting to see to the 10. Yes, it is going to be interesting because yeah, I know you and Scott are the Beatles, and you know I'm the Who, so it'll be cool to see what your guys number 10, like 10 through 2 is, because even mine, I'm still not sure what my top 10 artist is, but I got the Twilight Zone downstairs. Great show. But yeah, that was very looking forward to that. Uh, but oh, a little tired from work. I had a nap before making this video today. Yeah, well deserved nap. I have 2 days off after today. Oh yes, shout out to Jason the Old Millennial. We'll be doing a top. We're gonna be doing a top 10 albums list on his channel. Don't worry, it's not gonna be a complete. Well, a little bit's gonna be a. It's gonna be a little bit of foreshadowing of what my top 10 albums is gonna be, but there is a twist. You can only pick one album per artist, and that's gonna. My top 10 does have more than one album by the same artist, so my top 10 on his video is going to be different from the top 10 that's going to be my top 10 in general. So it's going to be a little bit of a spoiler, but at the same time, it's not going to be a spoiler because there are going to be albums that, that are different. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the 70s inductee list. I know Jason, Briar, and me, we're going to be doing that video together. Let me know when you guys are available to do that. Yeah, let me know if you guys are available to do that sometime. Because I still have my 10 artists to discuss. My 10 artists that I still have my list. So whenever you guys are available to do that, I'm cool with. But yeah. What else? Yeah, looking forward to the new year. A lot of video ideas. I'm gonna kind of do it. I'm gonna do this very short version of what Jason did on his video, his retrospective video. After this week, I'll have time to start planning videos. Oh yeah, cool. But yeah, I'm gonna do what Jason did with shouting out channels. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a cool idea. So I'll shout out channels. Well, I'll if I remember to, I'll put the channels in the description so I don't forget. Oh, so yeah, so that you guys can check them out. If there's any viewers that don't leave comments or anything like that, who just watch and want to know the channels. Black Sabbath series. Yes, I did. Yes. I mentioned it I mentioned it in the honorable mentions. Yes, love the emoji you used. I mentioned the Kink series. I mentioned the Black Sabbath series. But shout outs. First off, shout outs to Jason the Old Millennial. Love doing videos with him. I love doing. The Simon Garfunkel series was great. The Kink series we're doing right now. I love seeing Jason's reactions to these albums that he's never heard before. Really cool to see that. But yeah, that's awesome. Then there's Briar from Briar's Music Showcase. Big shout outs to him. He's my longest collaborator. I've done the most videos with him. Proud to say so. So, Briar, you are the undisputed champion of most videos done with me. Yep, gonna give you the belt, the invisible belt. I'll have like Freddie Mercury's face on it. Just with Thanks. I've got to go. I'll talk to you later. Awesome. Good luck at work. But yeah, Briar, you are the undisputed champion. You are the champion of the world, really. But yeah. Feel honored. Yes. As you should. And speaking of it, another channel I'm gonna shout out is a channel called you know what? I'm actually gonna I'm gonna show the channels too as I so hold on. YouTube. Hold on 1 second, guys. So here's Jason the Old Millennial. Just show a little bit of his channel. Soundtrack for My Life. The Old Millennial. Videos. There's a lot of videos. A lot of great videos, just to point that out. Live streams. Jason's vinyl collection. It's like an hour long. Give her that. That's cool. And but yeah. Next up, Briar's Music Showcase. Check that out. Briar's Music Showcase. Yeah, I spell your name wrong one time, and it kind of defaults to that. Sorry, Briar. Does great videos. He's I don't like lying to people. I'm just gonna straight up say it. Briar's my favorite YouTuber to watch. This isn't like an attack or anything. It's just my opinion. Jason and Briar put a lot of attention to detail in their videos, but Briar's definitely has the step up. He's my favorite YouTuber to watch now. Well, I don't really watch that many YouTubers, but still, love his channel. His 50 best cities video, Paul McCartney, Temporary Secretary album, I call it, or McCartney too. That's unboxing the most perplexing item in my collection with the with the Fleetwood Mac picture. Pretty cool. Mr. Wonderful. Worst song from each great album with throw up emoji. Pretty funny. Top 5 albums of the year. Cool stuff. But yeah, great videos. There's also live streams. Catch up with Briar, what I've been listening to. I could say safely I'm proud to say that I'm on one of them. Well, one of them I'm bored. Let's go live with Nick, Josh, and Jason. Cool. Love that. But that's enough going over Jason's channel. Next channel to go over is a channel that I don't collaborate at all. It's just a channel that I love watching. As it should be. It should be. Love his channel. Could give him a shout out. He is an amazing YouTuber. His videos have been real. I love his videos. I could say that a million times. Say it. His album of the year videos with Crystal Durant, Forgot the other guy's name. Sorry. But yeah, I love the channel. Paul Barino. I'm sorry for butchering your name. Paul, Crystal Durant, and the other guy. sorry, other guy on the right. They do amazing album of the year. I watched I watched all of them, all the singles and all the albums. So great stuff. Track for track videos. They're like the main reason why I even do. They're like the reason why I even like. He's the reason why I do track versus track videos. Is that specific reason? He does track versus track videos. I'm like, you know what? That looks like a cool idea. I'm gonna do that too. So thank as it should be for that. Appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. But yeah. Track for track. I love his track for track videos. Random record pull, archive. Um Alice Coop, like he does ranking videos. But yeah, a big chunk of his videos is track versus track videos and album of the years. A lot of great stuff though. This was a fun video to watch. Well, not that one. This one. Crystal Durant, guess what? Her favorite album of 1967? Who Sell Out? Love that. But yeah. Great stuff. Love their channel. Ignore the awful spelling by me, by the way. What else? What other channel? Well, I'll just shout him out right now. Well, he doesn't have any videos, so I'll just shout out him in general. Jordan Gassman. I met him late this year, somewhat late this year, and better late than never. Great guy to talk to. Did a review with him, Holly's review. Great person to talk to. Great, awesome when he does show up, when he shows up to comment, like today. So shout outs to him. I'm saving the big one for last because I met him somewhere. What else? What else music related? That's about it. That's about it, really. Oh yeah, Pop Goes to the 60s. I know Breyer likes Pop Goes to the 60s. He got a lot of his info from that videos, but Pop Goes to the 60s, great channel. I really got him into this channel this year. Watched a lot of his videos. Beatles, Beach Boys History Part 5. He does a lot of Beach Boy videos. I think most past. He does album reviews. Most of what he does though is history, going through the history of the band. He did Cream. He what else? He did Jefferson Airplane, I believe. Yeah, he did Jefferson Airplane. He did The Birds. Great channel. I love Pop Goes to the 60s. One of my favorite channels to watch now and then. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna channel I really got. Oh well, the channel that I will say I do have the most value over. It's Scott from SoundLab Studios. Me and him met on a live stream. He requested a Who song. I'm like, wow, this is a great song, Scott. You like the Who? And he's like, yeah, I love the Who. And I'm like, and I started playing a lot of Holly songs. And this was back when my username was John Lennon. This was like before. Well, I did make videos, but this was like before I made like videos like these. But I've gotten a lot more. I'm not as shy in front of the camera anymore. SoundLab Studios, though, great channel. As you can see, I collaborate with him a lot. If I had to guess, if I had to guess, I'd probably collaborate with him on this channel the most out of everyone. But that's just my guess. But yeah, love SoundLab Studios. Scott, great friend. wouldn't be here where I am today. I wouldn't, well, in terms of YouTube videos, I wouldn't be in this spot in YouTube if it wasn't for SoundLab Studios. So thank thank him for that. Um, glad I met Briar. Briar, great meeting him. First time I met him really was a Who live stream ranking all the Who albums. That was fun to do, even though back then I didn't like some of the things Briar said, like, oh, I don't like La La Lies, and yeah, I remember disagreeing with him a lot, but yeah, well, I mean, me, like I said, me and Briar are like the most. I've collaborated with Briar the most, so there's that. So, but yeah, but that's gonna about conclude it with the video for today. 46 minutes. Most of it was just babbling on about stuff, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Brian, for watching. Thank you, Jason, for hopping on for most of the stream. Thank you, Jordan, for hopping on. Says 3 people are watching. I'm assuming Jason is listening to it on the way to work. I'm just guessing, but thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. So long.